Welcome back to the report. Recent events in Paris have led many to question the meaning of French national identity. Sadia Chowdhury has been visiting the Algerian community in Paris and brings us this special report.
It was a silent demonstration that gathered here in Paris yesterday afternoon. None of the usual chanting you may find at a rally of this kind. An occasional round of applause broke out, but in the thick of 1 million or so people, there were no loud speeches, no banging on drums, and no singing. You could say this epitomizes the last 50 years of French society, a nation that readily comes together but says little to each other about what's really going on. For over half a century, the French have been largely muted on the issue of the Algerian War of Independence, a bloody and brutal struggle where over 1.5 million Arab Muslims were killed, and a conflict that was only recognized as a war in 1999. Today, Algerians make up 5 million of France's 6 million or so strong North African community. Many of them live in Marseille, where following last week's attacks, they came out to condemn the violence.
Il faut absolument aujourd'hui que les imams, les responsables des associations.
Today, imams and community leaders and Muslims in general must have a greater participation in our daily life. Speak a little louder and a little more clearly and freely to avoid allowing the shadows to take over.
Muslim leaders in France called on the community to join yesterday's rallies in support of solidarity and the French ideals of liberty, equality and fraternity. But at least here in Paris, the Algerian community could barely be seen. Later that evening, we found them getting on with their day in Barbès, the Algerian quarter of the city. Yes, they were aware of what's been going on, but no, they didn't want to talk about it. The few Algerians who agreed to be interviewed on camera insisted they felt part of France, and this is home.
Like my country, I feel the same. If I'm in France or in Algeria, it's the same for me.
No, everyone is same. For me, what can I say for you? For me, everyone is same. For example, it's Algerian, Tunisian, Moroccan, whatever. It's all of them the same.
Leila Fateh is a researcher in French national identity who says the Algerian war for independence remains an unresolved issue.
Paris is full of places, full of ghosts and memories that are not recognized. I mean, if you go there with a foreign eye, you won't see that here there was a FLN militant who has been killed by the police, that here there was a demonstration in which, a peaceful demonstration in which the police just shot at the crowd indiscriminately and hundreds of people died. And you won't see that. You don't see the remnant of that colonial past in France.
And this morning in Paris, less than 24 hours after 4 million people marched across the country in solidarity, there is already scepticism on whether this unity can last.
I
think we'll forget some things very quickly, and that our governments are going to go back to thinking about their personal squabbles.
This woman says the world is with France today, but what will happen tomorrow? No, she says, it'll never work. Sadia Chowdhury, The Report in Paris.